be thankful for what you do have. A lot of the times people just aren't. They're not thankful for what they have, even if it's bad. Even if it's bad. I'm gonna say it one more time. Even if it's bad, be thankful for it. Because in those experiences come growth. In those experiences come new avenues that you can go down. You know, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Deep MCs, the podcast that seeks to push meaningful conversation to a whole new level. Whether it's for your entertainment or your personal growth, we appreciate you being here today. And now, on to the show. What's going on, man?
Happy New Year, dude.
Happy fucking New Year.
We are in
happy?
22.
2022. 20.
Yeah.
Double two. I never thought I would live to see 2022.
Well, I'm glad you're here, man.
It's interesting. It's been a long, God, I remember when we crossed over into the 2000s.
Right.
That was weird. I was in school and you had to write that shit on remember when you used to have to, kids don't do this shit no more, but whenever you do your homework, in the top right corner, you had to put
the name and date.
the name.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never understood why we had to do that. I don't know. I'm not a scholar, so I don't. But I always thought that shit was weird, right? First name, last name, date.
Yeah. Like you had to do a full heading.
It was weird.
Yeah. You're right.
Some people don't remember. Now we just
I've forgotten that. Yeah.
you just send whatever. Emails aren't even right. There's no dear to whom it may. Right. Now it's just like, you getting this shit done or not? Send.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, it's weird how things have changed.
They changed, man.
But here we are.
Here we are, 2022 with another year of change.
Another year of change. What are we getting into?
So, man, I mean, we've set resolutions.
Hopefully.
You know, for the majority, a lot of people. We set resolutions January 1st, right? We're a few days into the year. Let's lock into what we said we were gonna do.
It's time.
Yeah.
Right now, well, let's get something out there. So, hypothetically speaking, let's say 100% of our listeners have set resolutions for 2022. Everybody out there. It's the 5th, few days in, weekend, whatever. 45% of them quit already.
I'm waiting for the ball to drop. Y'all see me in the camera, I'm kind of like, okay, what is he about to say? I was just waiting for the ball to drop.
45% of you sons of bitches out there have already quit.
Really?
So, no, I know they have.
You gonna talk about them like that, man?
I feel them on the other side of this lens here, already sulking in their misery and sadness, feeling like how I feel every day. Neither here nor there. But this is what we're here, right? We want to talk about keeping things going, keeping the ball rolling, right? Keeping everything moving, and it's really important, man, because we had this conversation about finding out who we are, finding out what it is that we really need, and right now, if you guys have put your resolutions in motion, the ones of you that haven't quit.
And even if you have
quit, you're gonna get your ass back on that high horse, right? And we're gonna get on and we're gonna keep doing what we need to do. But right now you're feeling it. You're feeling the drain, you're feeling the pain, you're feeling all of these things that are out there. And how do we get to a point of pushing past? How do we get to a point of overcoming these feelings of being uncomfortable, right? We talked about being uncomfortable. How do we do that? What does that look like? And that's what we want to really dive deep into. And I hope that people are being consistent. I hope that people are really trying to achieve those goals, because as human beings, it's weird how we operate. And part of the problem is we adjust extremely fast. In everything that we do, we adjust extremely fast, and not just necessarily adjust to accommodate, but also adjust to take away, and I think that is a concern. And what I mean by that, for people that aren't quite following what I'm trying to say, like if you talk about money, right? And I think about when I was young, starting out working, how much money I made. Nothing. Minimum wage at that time, hell, was, I don't know, I think I was making, I don't know, $4, $5,
$5, $6.
I don't think it was that much.
Okay.
I remember when I had gone all the way up to $7 at one point.
Well, you were living high on the hog at that point, buddy.
Shit. You don't even know what's about to go down. But the thing about it, right, is like you always think about that, and you always think about that, holy shit, I'm making this much money. Or even, I don't know if you probably can relate to, like the time that you cross over the $10 an hour mark, or whatever. Right. Like, holy shit, you're making this, right? And then your life adjusts so rapidly to that new, and now you got to make 20,
right?
And then you adjust. Now you got to make, and now I got to make 50 grand a year, adjust. 80 grand a year, adjust. 100 grand.
I mean, because with that, everything, the natural progression of that adjustment is that everything else in your life adjusts. So
yes,
the car that was paid off, now it's not good enough. So now you have to adjust, right? And so you've adjusted to the new house with the new pay, but then now, oh man, I can't pass up this deal on this new car. So you adjust that, right?
You
and then
adjust.
By all means, you decide, dang it, I had a kid. Now you gotta adjust.
One more time.
Yeah, it's a lot of adjustments.
And you always end up living, whether you're making $4 an hour or $200,000 a year, you're still broke on all levels.
Unless you're very intentional.
Unless you're very intentional.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
About that.
And that's what I'm trying to get to, I guess. We adjust so rapidly in the things that we do, that we tend to get to a point where we don't see progress, or we don't feel that we're seeing change, or we don't feel we're accomplishing what we need to, vice versa, whatever. We feel we should be somewhere else because we get bored.
Yeah.
Right? Everything just happens so quick. And that's kind of what puts us in this mind frame of quitting, because we're not seeing results, or we're not where we should be, or whatever. Like, first of all, we're only a couple fucking weeks.
You're not even a full week.
We're not even a month.
Yeah, right.
In this progress, right? And
how many? It takes 21 days to change a habit. 21, 22.
I thought it was more than that. That was at least 30. I don't know.
Well, let's go with 30.
Let's go with 30.
Let's take a full month
to form a habit.
You know what I'm saying? To break one and to form a new one.
At least. Yeah. And we're not scientists, but it's somewhere between 20 and over 30, right? So let's just go with 30. If you haven't been doing it for 30 days, it's not automatic yet.
Right,
it's not natural. It's not in your blood. It's something that you need to do.
You know what, man? The crazy thing is our physical body responds to those habits. And I say that is because when I began to wake up at a certain time and I use an alarm initially, my body adjusts, right? And it doesn't matter now. I don't even have to use the alarm after that portion, because my body has adjusted in such a way that now I even wake up 5 or 10 minutes earlier than the alarm, right? Than the time I'm supposed to be up. So your body will naturally fall into rhythm when you set the precedent. We're built that way. It's 100%. Built to happen. Your mind will do the same thing. Your thoughts will do the same thing. Your body will do the same. It'll follow, but you have to lead the way.
No, you definitely do. You definitely do. And that goes into something. So for me, and again, this is my own personal perception and thoughts, and everybody could think I'm stupid, and that's fine, because whatever. But when we talk about, a lot of people they think it's weird when you talk about manifestation, or think it or whatever. And you know what? I agree, because a lot of the times it's done by some weird fuck who's just, the way they present it is whatever. But what you're doing in a way is manifestation, because you're training yourself to do this. You're training yourself to get up early. You're training yourself to get up early and work out. You're training yourself to go to bed on time. You're training yourself to drink more water, which we all need to do. I'm tired of you non-water drinking motherfuckers out there. Drink your damn water. It makes such a big difference.
Why they bother you so much?
Because there's so many things in life that can improve by just the basics.
Yeah, right.
And we run away from the basics. I've talked to people that I don't drink water because it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you start drinking this shit that's gonna make you feel bad.
Right.
And then you need to drink more.
Something with sugar in it, or something with a whole lot of salt in it. Yeah,
you know, or you drink these energy drinks that over the time make you feel bad, and you need to drink more of them to stay up.
Right.
You know, and it's just one of those weird. If you just drink water, or like, I'm a sparkling water guy. I'm not gonna throw the brand out there because they're not paying me. Them selfish no.
They should actually be paying him as much water as he drinks.
Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to get at, like, you don't even gotta pay me. Just send me a free case.
Just send the case
every now and then.
Yeah,
and I will gladly shout you out, because that shit is expensive as hell, and I don't got money like that. But the point is like, even when you talk about like mineral waters, right? For me, people are like, oh, I don't like the taste. Okay. And that's fine, because if you get a bad mineral water, the taste is bad. But there's a lot of shit that you didn't like. Beer is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a beer fan.
But people chug that shit. It's an acquired taste. You gotta like, no, that shit's nasty, and you just grew to like it, and that's fine. You can grow to like mineral water. Has so many amazing components. Mineral water helps me recover after workouts a lot better than regular water, because the minerals that are in it, right? There's just so many things that are in there that help me, and it's a staple in my life.
Yeah.
And the bubbles help fill me up, so you know I'm not hungry all the time. But neither here nor there. I just want people to drink water, because you need to. Trust me. Yes, you're gonna piss a lot. I get it. You're gonna piss a lot at first, but guess what? Your body adjusts. And you won't always adjust. You won't be pissing every 5 minutes, right? You'll get to a normal schedule.
Yeah.
And I challenge everybody, because this is part of being healthy and resolutions, mental clarity when you're properly hydrated, because your body's made of water.
It does.
I challenge everybody out there not to even go the full bore of what you probably should be drinking. Set a goal for yourself, even for Aaron if he's not there, 100 ounces a day.
Okay. 100 ounces of water.
100 ounces of water a day. And what I mean by that is 100 ounces from the time you wake up to roughly an hour before you go to bed. And the reason why I say this is because I don't want to interrupt your sleep and break your sleep because you're waking up 4 times to take a piss.
Yeah.
So we want to shut it off an hour before bed. Give yourself time to, right? It takes your stomach roughly 20 minutes-ish to process things. So we want to make sure that we're processing all of our liquids and getting it out of our system. So from the time you get up to an hour before bed, 100 ounces of water. And to get it more disciplined, set that 100-ounce goal before you finish your dinner meal, right? Get it in early.
Yeah.
The sooner you get it in, the sooner you get it over with. Right.
And actually, you'll be more full.
You'll
eat less.
You're going to eat a lot less.
You're going to eat less because the water will have, help to...
Huge.
Yeah.
So there you go. And we're going to do this all of January. And we're going to come back in February. From the time we post this, we're going to go a month. And we're going to see how everybody feels.
Yeah.
100 ounces a day.
Hey, I've been drinking more water. Thank you. We just need to see it.
Just
thumbs up in the chat.
Exactly. Somewhere. That's what we want to do. But yeah, we want to drink more water. Anyway, we're going back. We're getting way off topic here. Water's important, but we're getting way off topic. And it's just about adjusting and setting mindsets.
Yeah, that's really what it is, man. We're still fully there because it's the adjustments that we have to make in order to accomplish what we said we wanted to accomplish.
Exactly.
Hopefully we don't have a list of things that other people gave us. Hopefully at this point, we talked about that in the last podcast, right?
Yes.
Hopefully we have a short list of things that we want to accomplish over the next 30, 60, 90 days, year, right?
Correct.
And so let's make sure that we are focusing on what those things are. One of the things that I've realized, man, is that last year taught me is time does not wait.
It sure does.
Here today, gone tomorrow. It does not wait. It continues to move whether you procrastinate or not.
Yeah.
You know, and so the more you procrastinate, time does not care.
No, it doesn't. It does
not care.
It doesn't care. And, you know, that is the thing that a lot of people don't have that understanding. You know, you had your trials over the last year, and, you know, I've definitely had mine. And it's always unfortunate that a lot of us, especially here in America more so, we don't ever, like, the thought of time, and this is going to play back into the mind and body adjusting, but we don't ever think about time until we have a loss.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's always, I wish I had more time. Oh, you know, I time is so short. I need to go do all these things, whatever. Blase. I've done it myself. And then give ourselves a couple weeks or 30 days or whatever, and then you're right back to where you were before.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened to, man, I need to seize life.
Yeah.
You know, or people don't start doing what they want to do until they get that terminal diagnosis.
Yeah,
or until they get, oh shit, I only got this much time.
Or somebody
left,
close to them, or something happens,
whatever,
within your sphere.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And we need to carry that mind frame. But also on the backside of that, in which I want people to understand though too, right? Time is a weird, fickle thing. And we're not here, and I'm not here to scare somebody into doing something, to be like, holy shit, you could die tomorrow, so you better sell everything you own and move to Costa Rica
because that was your dream.
Yeah, like, no,
to live on a boat in Costa Rica.
That's not what this is about. And we're not telling people to sacrifice everything. Now, if you can, that's a different story. Like me, I've uprooted several times and just done stuff on a whim.
But you can do that. That's your race.
That's my race. That's
your race.
Not everybody's race. And that's what we want to make sure. We're not here to tell everybody to live my race, because trust me, my race has backfired on me more times than I can count. I'm sure you all hear the stories.
We talked about those failures, right?
Oh God.
So the successes and the failures have all been part of that race, and have produced what they produce today.
Exactly. And everybody has their own race to be on. So, but what I am saying is, now that you set your goals, let's sit down and let's look at them first. I know that everybody has this, what they're going to do in their mind, and they feel like this is what I'm going to accomplish this year. And if you have 5 things on your list, right? These are 5 things that we're going to accomplish. I want you to cut it down to 3. Cut it down to 3. Because if you've mapped out 5 things and you're going to do all these 5 things, either you're not going to hit them all and you're going to feel bad because you're not accomplishing all 5 of these things. Or if you were going to accomplish them, well, now we're going to take 2 off, and you're going to devote the time that you would have put to those 2 into the other 3 and really polish them sons bitches up, right? And be on point with them. But knock it down to 3. And then once you have those 3, make sure you have that detailed list of what you need to accomplish those 3. Really, really need. Right? What do you really, is it more, again, we talked before, is it more knowledge? Is it a support group? Is it whatever it is? And have that conversation with somebody in regards to accomplishing those goals.
Accountability.
Huge.
Is part of this process.
Huge.
And it's your race will determine your accountability. right? Your mentality. Some people can come out of the gate and run it and just need a little encouragement along the way. Some people need to be walked physically along the way. And I think you're going to have to, you're going to have to lock into those, what you need for the race, right?
100%.
Right. And so, I mean, that's the big part of it for me, is that accountability has to be on the list. So if you have these 3 things, we've broken them down from 5 to 3, then who's the accountability? Where's the accountability in that from the beginning, right? Who are you sharing this with? Who do you trust that is going to keep you accountable? Who is going to call you at 5 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, get your butt up.
It's go time.
It's go time. You know, even if you turn over, they're going to call you anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to run you down when they see you in the office because you should have gotten up. Right? It's those kind of things that we all also need to lock into as part of the journey.
For sure. I mean, that's huge. And we need to make sure that we have that. And everybody out there has someone that can hold them accountable. Mm-hmm. And this is a time where don't run from that person.
Yeah, right.
Don't run from that. Stop.
Don't create excuses about they get on my nerves.
Exactly. You know who it is, right? Or it's the person that every time you say something, they say, you've been talking about that for, that's who you need to hold you accountable, right? Go to that person and say, this is what I need, help me in this.
Who will tell you the truth?
Yeah. Who will be completely 100% honest with you. And if for whatever reason you do not have that person, you can reach out to us on this show.
Yeah.
And we will personally tell you, get your shit together.
I'll give you my phone number.
Go.
You want it?
Right.
Hit us up.
It is go time.
Yeah.
We're going to make this happen, make this a reality, and once you have that, then the next thing too, it goes back to time. And like we talked about our own race, we talked about time. We talked about time is short. Now, the backside of that is time. Time is funny in the sense of it is extremely short and extremely long all at the same time, depending on what your experience is or where you're at in,
that's good.
In life, that's right? Good. So you guys have to understand, like, yes, anything can happen. We could be dead tomorrow. We could be dead today. You might not see me after this afternoon, whatever the case may be. Anything can happen. And we want to be prepared for that, but that's not necessarily the reality for most.
We don't live in the fear of that.
We don't live in the fear of that. Yeah. And you have to ask yourself, whatever your goal is, right? And we've had this conversation before. You take your age and you see you're going to retire or be old or want to be done, whatever it is, right? Is 2022, if it takes you 1 year to accomplish your task, if it's lose weight or quit smoking or find a new job or whatever the hell it is, you sacrifice for 1 year. 1 year of being uncomfortable.
Right.
1 year of, it might be ramen noodles every fucking day.
Right.
1 year of working out every day. 1 year of getting your 100 ounces of fucking water in every fucking day. 1 year of whatever it is.
Right.
Is that 1 year not worth the next 10?
Yeah.
20?
Right.
30? 40?
Because it sets a precedence for those to flow, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sets you up to where you need to be. If someone told you you only have to work hard for a year or 2 years, hell, if someone said you bust your ass for 4 years and the next 40 are going to be cakewalk for you, you're going to have everything you need. You would do it. You would do it. There would be no doubt in your mind. You would do it. But right now, when you're feeling sore because you've been working out now for a few days and you don't want to get up, we lose thought of that. We lose track of that, right? Life is very linear. Life goes forward. It doesn't go back.
Yeah.
You don't get to circle around. You don't get to hit rewind and try that scene. We tried.
Yeah.
It's very much so One Direction, not the band. Terrible band. It's very much so One Direction. But excuse me. We're not capitalizing on that, and we're not staying in that focus and staying in that mindset. And on the backside of that, though, what I also like, I want people to understand is that's also okay. I think a lot of times people get discouraged because they think that, like, because I'm not on beast mode.
100 ounces.
Hey, there you go. Look, live and in person, 100 ounces. But yeah, like they think because they're not on beast mode 24/7, that they're not successful, or they're not whatever, or you know, you see these motivational speakers and you see these people and you see these people that are being successful, yada yada yada, and I'm not doing that, so I'm not succeeding. Like, don't buy into that bullshit. Like, nobody is on 24/7 all day every day. Right. Nobody is carrying that massive high level of energy every day. Some people are better than others.
Yeah, of course.
Some people may do it 6 days out of the week or 5 days. No one's doing that 7 out of 7.
Yeah.
And if they are doing it 7 out of 7, I'm here to tell you right now, they're probably smoking meth or snorting coke. Just my personal experience. But neither here nor there. Like, the thing is like, don't beat yourself up because you are having days where you don't feel like it.
Right.
And a lot of times people will tell you, like, I never have days I don't feel like it. I never have whatever the situation is. And maybe mentally they do have those days, right? Mm-hmm. But there's always a sacrifice, right? There's always a sacrifice you have to make. But also, there's going to be some shit that you got to give up.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, that when it comes to these goals that we're setting, people don't grasp the concept that you're going to have to give something up.
Yeah.
You can't maintain everything.
Right.
Because if you're already saying, ooh, I got so much shit to do. Okay, well, now we got to decide what's really important.
Yeah. Because your mind is going to lock into that. Your mind has 100%. Already locked into you being overwhelmed with everything that's on your plate, right?
Yes.
And so it's not going to even fathom a solution. All it's going to continue to do is going to feed into the negativity of I'm too busy, or I don't have the time, or I can't get it done. And it's going to stay right there. It's going to stay right there.
It's never going to move.
Yeah, it's not going to move at all.
We've had in a previous podcast where we talked about how much time you have in a day.
Yeah.
And what you can really accomplish in that day. Mm-hmm. And granted, the fact when we did our 24-hour breakdown, we jam-packed the day full of shit. And that's not going to be reality every day. But the whole point of it is that you have the time to accomplish what you need to accomplish. But if you don't have the time, if you really, truly don't, you have to make a decision on what you are going to give up to accomplish that task.
Yeah.
And I know that is scary for a lot of people, or some people can't imagine, or some people are scared because I finally got this the way I need it. Mm-hmm. Now you're telling me I have to give it up. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you're going to have to, because your goals now are this.
Right.
And if you want to achieve whatever that is, you're going to have to make time in your life to do it. And it doesn't matter, if it's starting your own business, if it's doing a podcast, if it's getting in shape, if it's stop smoking. Like, you have to make that a priority in your life, and things are going to suffer because of it, whether it's emotionally, physically, relationship wise. Like, you can't give all your energy to everything, because that's only going to make you mediocre at everything.
At best, yeah.
If that, right? You're going to burn yourself out. You have to say, this is what I want.
What is that? Jack of all trades, master of none.
100. That's me. I know enough to be dangerous in a lot of areas, but I don't know shit over it. Right? I seem like the most interesting man on the planet because I know a lot of stupid little facts, but I really don't know a whole lot of anything. That's me, and that's my race.
I got you.
Right? But that's the thing, is that people don't understand, and you're gonna have pushback too from a lot of people, and that's also a thing where I think that's a subject that doesn't get really broached or talked about a lot, and that detracts people from doing what they should be doing or accomplishing the tasks that they should accomplish. And what I'm what I mean by that is, like we talk about starting a business.
Mm-hmm.
Once, like, there's the idea phase, this and that, but once the rubber hits the road, it takes a considerable amount of effort, especially if you're by yourself,
mm-hmm.
to put it out there and to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that mean? It means you probably not going to get to go to the club. It means your family life is probably going to suffer.
There's going to be some adjustments.
You're doing
that
it
you have
for
to make.
them,
Yeah,
right? But you can't be here and be out pushing this thing. It doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear a lot of these people that are super successful, and they do the interviews, and what do they say? I missed a lot of recitals. I missed a lot of birthdays.
Right.
And you can't get that time back.
You don't get it back.
They're telling you that there's a sacrifice to this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be up here. You're going to do these things. You're going to have to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to drop those pounds and you want to get lighter, you want to have this body that you've always wanted, or be healthy because your blood numbers aren't in the right spot. Well, that means that you're going to sacrifice that sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That means, hey guys, I can't hang out and drink with you tonight because I got to get up early.
Right.
And, well, you're no fun. You
and
don't
that
want to do
drink
this.
ain't going to help my workout.
Ain't going to help the workout anyway, right? They're going to give you shit because we don't see you no more. Well, no, because it's 5 a.m. I got to be out there grinding, busting the weight. Those are things that you're going to have to sacrifice to do it. And yeah, it's going to suck because people are going to give you shit. But you know what? You're doing things that they either may be jealous of and want to do. Mm-hmm. You're doing things that they wish that they could do, right? And they're just not. But you have to stay focused on your goal and understand that there's going to be some sacrifice in that as well. And that's hard for a lot of people to swallow.
Yeah.
Whether it's you or someone in your life.
Man, we can put this in while you're talking. I'm just looking at it. We have a full perspective. We have a full unit, Shepherd and I, right? I believe this time last year, we started talking about this. Here we are at the beginning of the year. Here we are. We have this huge idea. We have all of these ideas because it's more than just this one.
No, for sure.
Right? It's more than just this one. This one seems like it came up to be the one that was the easiest, I guess, at the moment to accomplish. Right?
Yeah.
And so we started talking. And in that, I remember our biggest kind of disagreement was, I was like, man, I don't know if I had the time to be able to da. And Shepherd was like, man, before we even start, you already coming up with excuses. And we were sitting here like at the same table, going back and forth, angry and mad, and like whatever, dude. And we had it out at the table. But what he was saying was true, because up front, I was already thinking about, I got this, and I didn't even give this the opportunity that was necessary for it to flourish, right? So I had to go through a mind change. I had to go through a shifting of saying, okay, if we're gonna do it, then it's gonna prioritize it. So we talked about accountability. That's why every time we come to do this recording, it's because I know I'm being accountable to somebody else across the table, right? So we talked about the accountability piece and how necessary it was. That's why this is working the way that it is, because he's accountable to me, I'm accountable to him, right? We talked about the setup and breakdown of, the microphones and all of those kind of things, right? Somebody's accountable for that. We talked about the getting the videos designed and ready.
Yeah.
Somebody's accountable for that. And we have to have them in time and on place. But one of the things we did is we committed. And so 100%. Now here we are on the verge, on the eve of an anniversary.
Yeah.
And we're talking to you guys worldwide. With shows under our belt. Right?
Yeah.
And we talked about what the frequency was we were going to do this. How often we were going to do this.
Everything.
We talked about it all. So we laid out a plan. And then from that plan, now we've taken that plan and some of the same resources and ideas and thoughts and have gone to the next thing, right? And so here it is. I think that's a good example that when we were talking, you seeing it in real life.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is more than a good example. That is an amazing example. And I honestly, I'm a part of it, and I didn't even really think of it from that way. You know, we're talking about weight loss and smoking cigarettes and stuff like that, but that is a perfect, like, guy, you hit the nail on the head with that one. And because in all of that, we did encompass all of the elements of the things that have happened, but also when we talk about that, it also encompasses that day after workout pain, right? Because when we started this thing, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
There was the awkward moments. There was the fuck ups. I mean, how many times did I not record shit?
Right.
TV done fucking probably gonna go off now soon in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that we messed up on, right?
Yeah,
those growing pains. But here we are now. If someone watches our first show to watch our show now, the flow is better.
I would hope so.
Right? No, it is. the flow is better.
Yeah.
The dynamic is better.
Right.
The quality is better. Right. The sound is better, and we're continuing to grow. But we're in that process where it's starting to flow, but we're not stopping improving.
Yeah. Right.
We want to continue to push.
To the show.
Added, yes,
guests
exactly.
to the show.
But also, and then a whole nother avenue of that is for everybody out there, look at what we have done. So many people say, God, I would love to be able to, or I wish that I could.
Yeah.
You know, we have a show now that is growing, that is in every country pretty much.
Yeah.
Every week.
Right.
The followers are continuing to grow.
Right.
We had no idea what the fuck we were doing. We had
zero followers, zero anything.
0 followers, 0 listeners.
No.
We had basically no real equipment, no idea what the show was going to look like, no idea what the show was going to sound like, no idea if people would even listen.
Yeah.
Right, but it didn't deter us.
We even had different names. We went through like a month of names. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then we would look on the internet. Oh, that's already taken. We can't use that.
Someone's got it.
Somebody's got it.
Yeah, but it didn't deter. And here we are. We decided to do it. You guys are obviously listening, so you enjoy it. You're getting the content, and that's huge. So whatever the situation is for the people that are out there saying, I wish I could do this.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. All those things.
It can be done.
It could be done, and it doesn't take.
Did you have podcast experience before this?
Hell no.
I had 0. 0.
No, I wouldn't even say I got podcast experience now.
I mean,
hell, yeah.
And we were just nervous ranting in the first couple of shows, just making up crap on the way.
All kind of shit. But it worked.
The reason it worked is because we felt like, the conversations we were having off camera could be valuable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, because we would sit at the table and talk. We wasn't talking every day, but when we would talk, we would have a great conversation.
Yes.
And so, and over the years of working together, we've talked about all of this stuff. And that's been what? 10, 15 years?
It's been a long time. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are. 1 year in.
Yeah.
1 year in.
1 year into doing it. And that's huge. And that's an example. If we can do it.
Yeah.
Hell, if I can do it, I can't speak for Aaron. If I can do it.
I'm on that list.
Right.
I'm on that list.
You damn near anybody can do it. And that's really what it's about. So that's why, again, we want people to get your list out, look at your list, decide what it is you want to do, shorten that list if it's too long, right? Don't overwhelm yourself, and really, really put in the effort to say, what is it that I need? Don't overthink it though.
Yeah.
because shit, we both could have overthought this show and still be thinking about it right now. Right. You know, of what it because
that overthinking can drain the life out of it.
Oh, quick.
You know, it'll suck all of the life out of it, because if you think about all of the things that could go wrong, then you never pull the trigger, right?
100%.
You're always aiming, but you never pull the trigger.
Never.
You know, and so don't overthink it. Yes. Count the costs. Yes, make sure you have the ducks in a row. But if one duck gets out of line, it's okay. It's okay.
Gonna be all right.
They're gonna come back.
They're gonna find. They
gotta come back to eat. They coming back
or find their way on a plate. It's gonna be one of the two.
Either they will come back to eat or they will be eaten. So
yes,
you know,
it is what it is. but that's huge, right? And again, it goes back to what we were saying. Don't just dramatically make a whatever. You have to make sure that it makes sense, right? You know, if you can't fully afford to do it, okay, well then the plan is how can you get to where you can afford to do it? Or if you don't have the time, okay, well what can I shift to make the time?
Because you don't have to have this mic. You don't have to have that board, right?
No, not at all.
Even today, phones are a beast. You know, when it comes down to, I mean, with the new iPhone show, it says you could do a movie with the new iPhone.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, you probably already have the tools to be able to do what you need to do, right? At least. And one of the things that I think is important is take the first step. Take the first step. It may be a blunder. It may even be a trip and fall, but at least you will have known and can learn from that first step.
That's what it is. I think, and like I said, that's the process that's hard for everybody, right? Is the starting. It's the where do I start?
Yeah.
How do I start?
Yeah.
Should I start? You know, I would say the two biggest negatives or the two biggest hindrances when it comes to accomplishing your goals, accomplishing your resolutions, just whatever it is in your life, is the first step and the people around you. Mm-hmm. Because people around you will also suck the life out. Yo, that's gonna be stupid. You shouldn't do that. Nah.
Oh, I did that and it failed.
That and it didn't work, and all this other stuff. And why this? Why that? And you know, it probably didn't work for them, or maybe it wasn't so. But who made them the expert?
Right.
You know, of whatever it is. You know, who made them in charge of your life? You know, what you can accomplish and what you.
And you may be a sprinter. They may be a marathon runner.
100%. And that's important, right? That's what we say. The people around you, accountability.
Yeah.
Are they adding to what you're trying to do?
Right.
Are they taking away from what you're trying to do?
So check this. You've had the same group of friends for the last 10 years. And neither one of those 10 years have either one of those friends pushed you to be better than themselves. Check that group. I think they, you know, because sometimes we get complacent and we want everybody to be on the same level, right? And we don't really want anybody to be better than us, because then it's going to force me to do something different.
No, for sure.
Check that group.
I agree with that 100%, you know, and I think that is very important, and especially too when you have to look at what is your mental mentality when it comes to a lot of these things. You know, for me, and I know for you as well, and we've had these conversations in previous podcasts, but we're more of the try to fix the situation and save and this, that, and the other, and, you know, support these people through whatever. And that is difficult, especially when you're in a situation where the people around you are not growing,
right?
Because you can't help but to care about them and want to see them do whatever it may be, and that will hinder you in a lot of ways. That will hinder your growth in a lot of ways, because you don't want to leave this person behind, right? No, what does it say? No soldier left behind. Whatever. So, you know, but hey, well, sometimes that's what it's got to be. The soldier's
dragging you down.
You know, I mean, well, I'm not trying to get into an army debate. Some
that's
people take it completely different, right? But if you have a dead weight, sometimes you got to cut that weight loose.
Right.
You know, I think about,
hey, you know, when you're fishing and you drop anchor, the boat stays
right there. Yep.
You know, so it has its positives, but it also has some negatives.
Yes,
because if you're not catching anything right there, but you never pick up the anchor,
yep,
you're gonna stay right there in that same place.
You gotta stay right there. Or it's just funny when you say it, because my mind went a different way when you say I'm not a huge fisherman. I'm not. I've been a couple times, but I'm not. Like, you know, when you got that new lure and you cast that bitch out there and it gets stuck and you can't untangle.
Your best new lure.
Your best new lure.
You spend money on that sucker.
And you are yanking that thing and it just will not come. Sometimes you got to cut that.
You got to break the line. Yeah.
And that shit's lost.
Oh, man. I've done that. You hate it.
You hate it.
Dang.
Yeah. I just got it. You know, you got to let that go to the depths, you know. And that's really what it is in a lot of ways. Good. You know, I have, even now, and I'm not saying, you know, I want everybody to completely just cut people out of their lives or whatever. Some people need to go. Hands down, they need to go. But I think about the people. I have a very small group of friends, or people that I would call friends, or, you know, I really don't even say friends. I say I have family, right? Because if you're that close to me, you know, your family, whatever, regardless. And there's some of them that want more, but they're not making the sacrifices to achieve more, right? And so I have to distance myself from them. Not saying that I won't be there for them if they ever need help or whatever, but your negativity is weighing on me, right? Or you're doing a lot of talking, but your actions aren't meeting your talking.
Right.
Like, I can't waste my time with that, right? Time is linear, it's moving forward. I'm not going to waste my time listening to you, like you said before, right? You're doing the same thing that you said you were, you know, 10 years ago. Here we are, you're doing the same thing, right? So you have to think about that and think about those people. But then at the same time, like, everybody in your life doesn't have to be way better than you either, right? Like, it's finding the people that are motivating you to achieve the goals that you have right now.
Yeah.
And if that's someone that's above you, great. If it's someone that's below you, great. If it's someone that's equal with you, great. As long as you're being motivated.
Yeah.
You know, that's the main thing, is how do we motivate people? And it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference when it comes to accountability and just people being, you know, wherever. And a lot of times you see the drop off because you don't have that extra push. I think about now, like, we're doing this workout thing and we're doing, you know, like, we've been doing this for a while now. And I think about, like, even in, like, the group messages or life or whatever, there's some of us that are really engaged, and there's some of us that are just not engaged.
They're just in the group.
Right? And the ones of us that are engaged and saying, hey man, you're killing this, you look good, hey, we gotta do our weigh-ins on this time, hey, you know, whatever the situation is, those are the ones that are seeing the results. You know, and then the ones that, oh well, the baby kept me up, or I gotta get up, like, yeah, that's life,
right?
But you're finding ways to pull yourself out of the engagement, right? And yeah, again, you're not always going to be on. You're going to have some days where shit just doesn't line up for whatever reason. But it's how fast can you rebound? How fast can you snap back? How fast can you get back on the horse and say, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Again.
Right.
You know, that makes a huge difference. You know, even for me, I have pulled back from, we've had a conversation, pulled back from the other avenue that we were working on because I had a tricep tear.
Yeah.
Right. I'm slowly coming back from that. I'm still not 100%. And it's frustrating to see the loss of strength.
I got you.
Right. The loss of, but I didn't just say, oh, well, I'm just going to wait till this is done. I still had to do something.
Yeah.
I'm still trying.
Right.
You know, it doesn't look physically impressive or whatever it is, but I still am putting in that work and making time for it.
Because the thing is, man, a tear here doesn't do anything to your legs.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? But we'll shut the whole thing down.
All of it.
We'll shut it all down.
I'm out.
And I think we do that in life, right? There's a tear in this area of life, and so now we've shut the whole thing down.
Everything's shut down.
Everything's shut down. We're closed for business because there's a small tear over here. And that small tear, yeah, it may be painful. Yeah, it's gonna take time to heal. Yeah, I can't use, or I'm losing strength maybe in this area. But the biggest muscle still has enough strength, right? That area still has to carry me around, and it can't cripple me. And we do that figuratively. I think with a lot of it, right?
We do it a lot, you know, and you can see it in people's lives when one thing goes bad, everything goes crumbles. Bad, you know. And I don't know, like a lot of times I tell people, and it's just weird, like this goes two directions, but you know, be thankful for what you do have. A lot of the times people just aren't. They're not thankful for what they have, even if it's bad. Even if it's bad. I'm gonna say it one more time. Even if it's bad, be thankful for it. Because in those experiences come growth. In those experiences come new avenues that you can go down. You know, it may seem on the forefront that this is the most terrible thing that could ever happen to you, but you have no idea what's going to come out of that.
Right.
And you have a choice to lay down and give up and let the world crumble around you, or you continue to move forward, keep your mind clear, refocus yourself and say, maybe this was a sign that my life was not supposed to go
in this direction. Yeah.
And you have a whole new mind frame and way of thinking, and be grateful for that. I know for me, people can say, well, that's easy for you to say. Like, first of all, you guys don't know everything that I've been through, but I have had times where I've been really negative and been like, this isn't working, this sucks, why is this happening to me, whatever the situation may be. And then I see where I end up after that tragedy or after that bad point. I'm like, holy shit, I'm so glad that this happened, because now I'm here. And if I was doing this, I would just still be there.
I mean, it takes you, it's the same, you know, if we keep using the workout analogy, right? You never know that you can lift this amount. You were talking about it the other day. You didn't know you could literally lift this amount of weight because you had been doing the exercises a different way, right?
Yeah.
And so here it is, you were challenged in a different way than you had ever been challenged before, and you're like, dang, I can. You surprised yourself. Right.
Never
and so
knew.
here it is. I think we can do that, man. Sometimes we just have to lift it a different way, and whether it's the pain or whether it's so it creates weights. You know, that pain or that circumstance or that issue or that loss created a weight. But when you find out a month later, 2 months later, a year later that you're stronger because you had to lift something else, you feel like, oh, that was easy.
That was nothing. Lightweight.
And everything doesn't hold the same weight anymore. It doesn't have the same kind of fallout, right? And so now you can make it through situations a lot better, because if I made it through that one and I grew stronger here, then surely this is minor. And then so this doesn't stress you out as much as it used to. And that's growth. That's the resolution we're talking about. Exactly. Have you resolved to be better than you were on the last problem? Have you resolved to be better than you were last year or by your last birthday or whatever it is? Whatever these checkpoints are, have we resolved in our minds to put the work behind being better?
100%, man. 100%. I think we should just leave it there. Everybody's got their resolutions. Everybody's got their water challenge. You know, we're gonna cycle back around and we're gonna see where.
Hey!
Where
drop your number one. If you have all three, drop them in. But if you have one, Drop that in the chat for us.
Please do.
We're gonna hold you accountable. You hold us accountable.
100%.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah.